Hello, good evening. The former presidential aspirant Dr. Rueben Kigame, yesterday, filed a case in the High Court of Kenya, seeking a leave to institute a private prosecution of top security chiefs over the killings and abductions witnessed during Genz protests in 2024 and June 2025.
We filed this case so that this matter can be escalated to the international community, and I hope that envoys receiving this, that international media, and all that are concerned with what has been happening in Kenya will escalate this so that the whole world knows that Kenya has become a police state that kills its citizens, abducts them, tortures them, and then charges the young people for terrorism.
In his submissions to court, Rueben Kigame declared that the case was filed as the first step to inviting the interests of the ICC to take up the matter for investigations, launched before the Criminal Division of the High Court here in Nairobi. Now, through his lawyer and senior counsel Manyara, Rueben Kigame claimed that over 100 peaceful protesters and bystanders were shot and extrajudicially killed by state agencies through abductions and police gunshot deaths during protests. Several other persons were also abducted and subjected to severe torture, while others have been discovered dead, under circumstances of physical torture, while others were murdered in cold blood. According to Dr. Rueben Kigame, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Honorable Renson Igonga, has failed to institute a fair process of criminal prosecution against those responsible for the killings of Genz.
We have seen police arrest innocent Kenyans simply asking for accountability, pull them like they did Alberto Juang from his home in South Nyanza, bring him more than 300 kilometers to Nairobi, kill him, and then lie that he killed himself. We have witnessed during the demonstrations of 2024 and 2025, which are entrenched in the Constitution, Article 37 and others, young people armed only with bottles of water and placards, peacefully asking for a better country. They are arrested, shot at with live ammunition, and killed, maimed, and then abandoned as if nothing ever happened. But the perpetrators continue. The police and hired goons, as the bosses of security in this country, watch with calm detachment.
His petition therefore sought an audience to initiate criminal prosecution against the top bosses of interior security, led by the CS Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, the DCI boss Mohammed Amin, and the Director of NIS Nordin Haji to appear before court to explain their view of the matter. According to his argument, the DPP did not take action despite being aware of the crimes that were committed, and failing to act despite the overwhelming evidence. The Attorney General, Dorcas Oduor, has also been sued in the case, together with 4 others.
As a citizen, and on behalf of all well-meaning citizens of Kenya, I say this cannot be allowed to continue, will not be allowed by me and other Kenyans who love justice. We will push it to the highest justice level possible. And like Esther of old, we will go for this, and if we perish, we perish. We are here to defend the people of Kenya in keeping with the Constitution, and we'll be celebrating this Constitution that we got in 2010. We have the 15th anniversary this coming August, and I hope this case becomes a landmark marker of the significance of the supreme law of this country vis-a-vis the Constitution. Like Wakili has said, the Rome Statutes, and indeed if you look at the United Nations provisions for human dignity and the rights of citizens, you can be sure that this government has systematically violated all of them and killed at will. including violating Article 26 of our Constitution that guarantees right to life. We stand here today to file this case, believing that action will be taken soon and that the court will grant us leave to proceed to the highest possible level. Having exhausted all the Kenyan options, we will have no other choice but to push it all the way to the International Criminal Court.
Kigame declared that the top 5 security officials carry the biggest responsibility for the crimes committed against humanity during Gen Z protests. The perpetrators of the Constitution were to be prosecuted at the earliest opportunity, so that, if there will be a clear likelihood of failure of public and private justice, there will be demonstrable grounds that a grave social evil is being allowed to flourish while still unchecked, obviously due to conflicts of interests and the inactions of the prosecution authorities. The decision to private prosecution by Kigame was an initiative to counteract the culpable refusal or failure to prosecute. According to the petitioners, the atrocities committed by the state constitute crimes that are falling squarely within the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Act under the Rome Statute, which allows the ICC to take over the matter. Alongside his lawyer's contribution, Imanyara marked the case as the beginning of the initial steps to inviting the ICC to take over the matter for investigation, after exhaustion of all possible prosecution channels in Kenya. The petitioners are now seeking the High Court to declare human rights violations for the widespread arrests, killings and abductions witnessed during peaceful protests in 2024 and June 2025. The petitioners also want an order to declare the desecration of bodies and public display of police brutality as a violation on rights of human dignity. However, the case proceedings might face strong rejections from the state, maybe through dismissal or ignoring court orders. An act that can push the case to the ICC for having no alternative options. Thank you and keep on subscribing.